Excuse me, I was just reading an Islamic book. You see, this book is Islamic. This book is not Islamic. You see, this CD is Islamic, and this CD is not Islamic. This part of my shirt here is Islamic, and these parts are not Islamic. These sunglasses are Islamic, and these sunglasses are not Islamic. This soda is Islamic, and this soda is Canadian. Welcome to an Islamic video from an Islamic guy about Islamic things. Okay, so why are Muslims so obsessed with this word Islamic? Let's look at the origins of the word. Some dude said, you know, we need an adjective to describe things that have to do with Islam. So one dude was like, you know, they had that word future and they turned it into futuristic. They had that word poetry and they turned it into poetic. So, Islamic. Genius. Now let me go back further and ask, why do we need an adjective for things that are Islamic? This stems from an obsession that Muslims have with the words halal and haram, the permissible and the prohibited. So many Muslims, when they ask questions about Islam to knowledgeable people, they frame it in a way that asks, is this forbidden or is it not? And there's a big problem with that, because Islam is not just a list of do's and don'ts. Here are the things I can do, here are the things I can't do, and I'll live somewhere in the middle. I'll just live my life regularly. It's like Islam is some neighborhood you move into with a homeowners association where you have to cut your grass regularly, make sure your fence is painted white, and you can't blast music past 11 p.m. Other than that, you can live in your house as you want. That's not right. That's not how Islam is supposed to be. Islam is a complete way of living and thinking that's supposed to be present in your daily life. An example, I could say that these foods are halal or allowed for me. Water, fruits and veggies and fish. And then I could say that these foods are not allowed for me. Haram, alcohol, you know, I can't eat pig. And then I could look at that and say Islam says I should drink water and not alcohol. Or I can look at it and see that Islam is trying to get me to think about what I put into my body. It's trying to build that consciousness into my character in my living. It's not a diet list and an exercise schedule. It's a lifestyle. Now let's get back to the beginning about why we use this term Islamic. Because we have this obsession about what's allowed and forbidden, the things in the middle, the things that don't have a clear-cut position about them, we feel guilty doing them, so we have to slap on this label of Islamic. I want to make music or sing a song, so I have to call it an Islamic song, or a traditional Islamic nasheed. When I tell Muslims that I'm studying film, some say, oh, you're gonna make some good Islamic documentaries, right? No, I'm gonna make movies. Songs, movies, paintings, books are not Muslim. They're not living, breathing people who can profess the Shahada and have religion. They're things. They can't be inherently Islamic. And while I'm a Muslim making this thing, and you can read things from the Islamic faith coming through, that doesn't make it Islamic. It just means a guy who's Muslim made it. The only book that's Islamic is the Quran, because it's the source of Islamic knowledge, along with the Prophet, peace be upon him. Okay, lastly, I'm gonna use the issue of art because it's personal to me, but if you want to make music, write novels, make movies, and there's a legitimate difference of opinion about whether it's allowed or not. Oh, can we use musical instruments? Oh, can a character in my story say a curse word? I'm not saying it, the character's saying it. Is that allowed? I'm gonna tell you that I don't care what your Islamic opinion is. The difference of opinions among scholars of Islam has caused Muslims to either 1. Take the most conservative approach and call everything haram or forbidden, or 2. Cause them to disregard Islam and to make their art however they want. And both extremes are wrong. I'm not going to tell you my opinions. I'm going to tell you to research and find a teacher you trust and delve deeper into the issues and find an opinion that you feel most comfortable following amongst the differences that you feel is valid. And once you find those parameters, make art within them. The Imam says you can't paint faces? Learn how to paint landscapes or still lifes. You can't use musical instruments? Learn how to beatbox, sing your songs, go a cappella. Creativity is what you create within the limits that you're given. We wouldn't be impressed with songs if they didn't have to rhyme. We wouldn't be impressed with movies if they didn't have to tell full stories in 2 or 3 hours. It's the creation of something good within that structure that impresses us. So to conclude, 3 things. Number 1, don't use the word Islamic as a cop-out for something you're not sure about. 2. Don't just look at what's forbidden and allowed. Think critically about why and let the values of Islam guide you. Number 3.
Don't let Islam be your excuse for not doing something great. Find the boundaries and be amazing within them.
I hope that we all live Islamic lives, whatever that means.
My name is Jawaad, and an artist once painted a picture for his wife, and she cracked it in half. He was art broken.